Hey, let's hear it for Weed Forward Restaurant Conferences. Everybody. Love that. Okay, so hi, I'm Wes Freas from iSpot. It's nice to meet everybody. It's been a great show so far. Meat sweats and all. Weed Forward, let's do it. Today we're going to talk about outsmarting the competition, but before I do, I just want to thank all of our customers that I've met this week, or these last couple days. Let me give a shout out. Papa John's, awesome customer, brand new. Domino's, long-term customer. Cracker Barrel's here, and soon, Whataburger, who has, that agreement needs to get signed, by the way. So that's great. Sorry if I missed anybody else. What does it mean? QSR ad effectiveness. So a little bit about iSpot, and then we'll get into kind of, I hate that we're doing more of the salesy stuff. I like to do more of the thought leadership, but this is what marketing gave to me. So we work with about 750 brands in the U.S., many QSRs, Subway, Jersey Mike's, Burger King, the others that I've mentioned here. 10 of the top 10 advertisers on TV, 85% of the top 100. The biggest thing to know about iSpot, I think, is fast, accurate, actionable, and also we're a pure play measurement company. We don't sell ads. We don't activate. That's a big, big difference between us and others. We're also the only player in the space to have our airings level data, JIC certified, and MRC accredited. Let's talk about the crowded kitchen. I don't know why. This is certainly done by marketing. So I would never say that. It's not dope enough. Or fly. So what we saw last year, I can look down here. No, I can't even see that. So about $2 billion spent on TV in 2024 from QSRs. Crazy big category. Taco Bell definitely led in the streaming world through our data. So they're the top streamer in the space. And over 1,500 individual pieces of creative on streaming platforms, digital platforms, and linear platforms. So lots and lots of activities. I learned what a LTO is this week. Limited, that's a big deal, like TV. It's up, it's down, it's on for 2 weeks, it's off, it's 3 weeks, lots of marketing activity. However, interestingly, and maybe not surprisingly, about 73% of all of the spend from QSR is represented by just 10 brands. So it's very competitive in this space, and y'all know that. So how do you make sense of it? How can you keep track? How do you keep up? Using our technology, we touch on areas of competitive intelligence. When we brought out a streaming competitive product earlier in 2025 to go with all the linear stuff that we do. Creative testing. So Papa John's is our brand new customer for this particular area. Advanced audiences we're going to touch on. First party data, how does that make a role? How does that have a role? I clicked too fast. I don't know how to go back. And outcome measurement. Did it work? How do we know? How do we make sense of all of it? So we're going to talk through some of these things. So one of the biggest things that our brands really love is, and we've heard it from some of the marketers today, is what's my competition doing? And latent systems and systems that have been in place a long time, you kind of know, way over here, ad runs from competitor, and then somebody in the office says, holy shit, did you see what Papa John's did? We got to do something about that. Oh my God, look what they're talking about. Or they brought Shaq-a-Roni back. Can you believe they got Shaq again? And oftentimes, there's not really a mechanism by which, when you get asked about that, to go, oh, yeah, I got all the data about that, boss. I can answer that question in 2 seconds. Because we're capturing all that linear data and all that streaming data, we have every single ad on TV cataloged overnight and available on our platform back to 2013. We've been doing this for about 12 years. Things like spend, share of voice, outcomes benchmarks. So we do benchmarking for attribution in the QSR category as well, so you can understand how your ads are performing versus the competition. Purchase intent, likability. Does high purchase intent during the testing process equal better outcomes, right? And those linkages, the linkages between creative testing and actually what's happening with the media. So we're able to help with that. First party and third party data. This is a new product that we brought out. We call it Audience Builder. This is basically 2 flavors. You can BYOD, bring your own data. So you have all the CRM data, loyalty programs. Usually that lives someplace, and we'll use our partner LiveRamp, push that data into our system, or TransUnion, Experian, crosswalk that data to us to understand how those segments were reach, frequency, and outcome in terms of linear television as well as streaming. That helps you identify which TV networks and platforms are best at your target audience. The second flavor of this is we've built an infrastructure now where advertisers can come to us and on the fly build their audiences. So choose from about 700 different attributes. These are all experience segments that are plugged into our system and plumbed all the way through the platform. Because sometimes it's hard, right? Sometimes it's hard. I don't know. Hey, my first party data sits someplace, but my compliance guys and my InfoSec guys are giving me a hard time about pushing it to you. No problem. You can go and see, pick these audiences out of our system and see how your ads work against those segments, those experience segments. So really exciting stuff. And then attribution. So I kind of call this the last mile. So we're talking here about understanding incrementality and lift as it relates to conversions. So which networks, day parts, platforms are giving you the most outcome measurement? So outcome measurement can be anything from downloaded the app, signed up for your rewards program, made a mobile purchase, right? That's a huge deal, and we saw that through COVID, and that's extended. I know you guys are dealing with that. And also, who came to the store? So did TV influence app downloads, mobile ordering, and going to the store? So we have that last mile all figured out and mapped through our 83 million footprint of connected TVs all throughout the United States. Case study slide, it's terrible. I told him it was terrible. It looks terrible. Look how many words are on this. You should see what the original one looks like. I don't know what this says. A QSR campaign ran. They drove $7 million in incremental sales. That's all you really need to know, right? We don't need all this other stuff on here. The bottom line is, if you're a brand that wants to understand full life cycle ad performance, from creatives all the way through outcomes, iSpot's the only company where you can come to do that and do it within 24 to 48 hours. That's the message. If you want to learn more, I suppose you could do this. I don't even know what that is. I'm joking. Come see us. Thanks again. I'll open up. If there's any questions, if anybody have any questions for iSpot? Anybody? Anything? Anybody? Nothing.
And you know what? Usually they're shy. They need the coffee break to grab you. Where's Tilly? Tilly, you're here, aren't you? Tilly's like, I'm not part of this
Tilly's
debacle.
not shy.
Tilly, do you have a direct line into marketing? We can fix this. I'm just kidding. I thought it was great because I was sitting very close. I read everything. I took notes. Any questions for this man before we let him off the hook? All right.
Nada.
Big round of applause for Wes.
Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your coffee.